souls, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into something every monadic twin flame feels at some point, which is doubt. And especially I've noticed this so much for monadic divine feminines. We're always at there, at that point where we are like doubting, hey, are we really on this journey? Why? But think about it this way, all right? That sinking, what if I'm wrong feeling that makes you question the whole journey? It's not the problem. You see, here's what most people miss: doubt isn't just a problem, it can be a grounding tool, a protection mechanism, and even a form of guidance from your higher self. So that's why I always say practice a bit of skepticism and discernment. So that's why, guys, welcome to my channel and a warm welcome to all of the new subscribers, and for all of you guys who have been with me since the start. What I was going to say is that today's topic would speak to you because if you are really on a twin flame journey, you will know how much it can affect you. And I wanted to set a little context to it, all right? We have been taught to believe certainty equals strength and doubt equates to weakness. But in the twin flame journey, doubt serves multiple purposes. It grounds you in your own life, it keeps you from losing yourself in attachment, it helps you refine your discernment, and it also protects the timing of union. So imagine if there was no doubt, you would get into union only to get into many separations, which is also fine, but doubt keeps us grounded. Doubt keeps it authentic. Doubt makes us trust ourselves even more. Because then you won't believe what everyone says. So think of doubt as your superpower because it tests your faith in a healthy way. So that's why I wanted to go deeper into doubt as a grounding mechanism. If you were so certain 24/7, you might drift into obsession, neglect, you'll start neglecting your mission, or you will even lose touch with your personal growth. Doubt brings you back to your daily responsibilities, your individual identity, and balance between connection and independence. That's why consider doubt as a detachment tool, because doubt forces you to loosen your grip. It asks, if I'm wrong, can I still live fully? That question builds emotional self reliance and stops you from making the connection your only source of stability. Also, this is very interesting. See doubt as a spiritual test. Your higher self sometimes allows doubt so you can strengthen your inner knowing without external proof. So you're not always looking for validation, and sometimes there's a thin line between looking for validation and obsessing for validation. So when you start considering doubt as something of the mind, you will realize that in this polarity planet, doubt serves in a way that it brings about sacred balance. That's why learning to trust it also helps you to learn to trust your intuition over constant reassurance. That's why our higher selves orchestrate that doubt, and you would and many times, sometimes you would feel it when the rejection occurs, sometimes you'll feel it when you're really in the journey, sometimes you'll feel it because you may think that you can't let go of your DM. So at many times doubt can come in as a spiritual test. And also your higher self sometimes allows doubt so you can build faith that's rooted in soul recognition, not constant science. That's the reason why sometimes in every one of your journey, especially, you know, being a divine feminine, you might feel a lot of doubt, mainly because of society. Because society makes you feel like everything needs proof, everything needs evidence, especially when you look at those 3D relationships where the man is buying their women 1 million roses. I always used to joke about this. If a husband is taking too much care of his wife, then he's probably having an affair. So, because in a relationship, it's all about balance. So, if someone is overdoing anything, it always shows that they have something to hide in a way. So, having said that, the whole 3D validation of love comes with him constantly telling you that he loves you. Love comes with him constantly acknowledging the relationship. Love comes with the guy doing things for you. Well, you can do things for people when you just love them. You know, it doesn't have to be a relationship. And have you ever thought about it? Sometimes people don't do things because they are madly in love with someone. Sometimes people do things for people because they just want to hook them into their lives. You know, they want to just create that connection because it makes them feel good. So that's why in some relationships, you know, the man chases the women because he thinks the woman looks very attractive for his life. But is there love, or is there just, see, it becomes like an hunter, you know, hunting for his prey. So is that love, or is that something more? So twin flame doubt addresses all of this in so many different levels. Because firstly, you start looking at doubt as something that is really, really healthy. Because, especially when you're going through the wounded feminine phase, the first layer of doubt would be, why is my DM not doing anything for me to show me that he loves me? My question to you would be, does he have to do anything to show you that he loves you, or does he need to do something to wake you up so that he can eventually show you who he is to you and who you are to him? So, in a monadic twin flame situation, in a scenario, often it is such that we are here to awaken each other, not get carried away by the romanticism of things. Think about it. If there is so much romanticism without remembrance, then the whole purpose is defeated, because you will never be in full, stable union, in full memory, in full recognition, and then you'll be always having these 3D expectations thrown, right, constantly. And this is when you start to believe in all that kind of like 3D stuff, you know. Certainty equals to strength. If he does this for me, it means he loves me. And doubt equals to weakness, or because he's not doing these things. And again, people around you, if you were to talk about your connection with your DM, they'll be like, he's not interested in you, can't you see it? Why can't you move on? But you know deep within, you see, that's the thing. Doubt is healthy because deep down you know what this connection is. You see, many twin flames are not even looking for validation. A lot of my clients come to me just to confirm what they already know. You see, that's where the difference lies. What are your intentions? So, doubt is very, very, very real. Think about it this way: your higher self placed the doubt in you so that you won't be so carried away by your connection with your divine counterpart. Because if there was no doubt, you would start going totally out of whack, right? And that's why there's never 100% belief in your twin flame journey, and doubt is actually one of the healthiest way to look at it, because then you're always holding inner power, and it actually grounds you in your own life as well. It keeps you from losing yourself in attachment, in obsession. It like I was saying previously, it helps you refine your discernment, and it protects the timing of union, because you 100% believe in this, but you're not ready yet. Your fields haven't stabilized, and then you get into union, and then it would damage things even further. So break away the 3D conditionings. That's all I wish to teach in this video. Break away these 3D conditionings. Of course, every relationship is beautiful, but the twin flame one is a serious one in a way. Of course, there is intimacy, there is romance, but beyond that, there is one core thing: to awaken each other. And remembrance forms the core of our relationship. Once you're able to see the point of split, you know how amazing it is. And I truly, truly thank and I truly, truly, truly thank God for that. When I'm able to see that split, it's one of the most profound experiences. And especially when you get to see it yourself, it just changes everything in your twin flame connection. Because when you go to the point of split, there is this sacred heart thread remembrance that is formed, where you realize that everything that your divine masculine is doing right now comes from the space of awakening each other. So that's why sometimes going back to the point of separation is a total game changer. Then, it doesn't matter when he says, I really, really, really like you, and then suddenly he says that he's not interested in you at all. Because on a soul level, everything that's happening is happening for a reason. And this is the reason why doubt is an important factor in your twin flame connection. And dismissing doubt and thinking that, hey, you know often when there's no doubt at all, it can actually be very interesting, because doubt is so common in a twin flame journey for the following reasons that I was talking about. Because you see, that's the whole problem, right, which I talked about earlier on. The society conditions us to believe that certainty equates to strength, and doubt equates to uncertainty, right? But in actuality, in a monadic twin flame journey, it's quite the contrary, because really, 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 doubt is what makes it real for us, because it helps us ground our own life. It keeps us from losing ourselves in attachment. It helps us to refine our discernment, and it really, really protects the timing of union. You don't want to get into union with your divine masculine when your fields are not stabilized yet, because then you're going to. So, but I did a discourse about the divine masculine and the cocoon analogy a couple of years back. When your divine masculine is in the cocoon stage, literally, if you try to remove him from the cocoon, then he's not going to survive. So, same thing. Doubt actually protects you from it acts as a sacred buffer. Very beautifully, very divinely orchestrated in that regard. So, that's why, guys, I urge you, when you go to that point where you see yourself splitting from your divine masculine in the cosmic egg, in the 13th dimension, the way you see your connection totally changes. Even if it's doubt, you will know that, hey, that is meant to be. So that's the reason why many clients come to me, not for, not to check if they're on a twin flame journey. It's often to validate what they already know. So it's more of like confirming what they know. That is the truth. You already know. It's like, how could you not recognize your divine husband? Your husband. People recognize karmic connections from past lifetime connections. Then how would you not? But again, doubt is as important because doubt acts as a grounding mechanism, really, because you don't want to be 24/7 obsessed, or like totally. See, sometimes if there's no doubt, you become a control freak. You start trying to control the timeline, you try to control the narrative, and then you start torturing your divine masculine in ways you don't want to. You try to make him marry you or make him be in a relationship with you. You want to do things your way. So doubt actually gives freedom. Doubt gives you that space to really grow, because when you know, but when you know from the mind versus when you know from the soul, and when you know from a place of authenticity and freedom, these stages are totally, totally different, right? That's why I say doubt brings us back to our daily responsibilities, our own individuation, our identity, and balance between connection and independence. And doubt is such a detachment tool. And that's the reason why, you know, I want to ask you guys a question at this point of our discourse. Has doubt ever made you slow down in a way that was actually good for you? Please, you know, think through this as I move on to the last bits of the discourse. Because certainly it would have. Because if you look at hindsight, whichever point in your connection you are with your divine masculine, you will realize that doubt really acted as a buffer. So that's why doubt, consider it as a protection. Sometimes doubt is your soul's way of shielding you from moving too fast toward union before you're both ready. That's why if you felt 100% certain while you were still in karmic cycles or emotional instability, karmic cycles category 1, twin flames, or silent initiate emotional instabilities, being so lost in life and stuff like that, you might push prematurely and destabilize the field. Going back to the cocoon analogy, you might end up totally distorting the fields with your own urgency. Control and urgency are also lower level vibrations because you're trying to force an outcome. At the end of the day, would you force yourself to do anything, even though it is you in another body? But would you want to do that to yourself? That's why, if you really closely look at what your divine masculine is trying to say, he would have said this in one way or another: put yourself in his shoes. And then it's a total game changer, because would you want to do that to yourself? Doubt can surface because it's also reflecting your own hidden fears. Fear of abandonment, fear that none of it is true, fear of being crazy, or fear of being delusional, or fear of losing him over and over and over again in past lifetimes, or fear of repeating past mistakes. So when you address this shadow, the doubt naturally softens. Also think about it this way: doubt in the awakening cycle, many twin flames experience cycles like recognition, certainty, over attachment, love bombing, control, trying to control the situation, trying to control the narrative, and then total reverse: doubt, detachment, and then clarity. So all these stages are very, very important as well. Notice doubt is right in the middle. Doubt is the reset point. It helps us to recalibrate our energy. Also, doubt as a discernment kind of training. It's easy to mislabel karmic intensity as a twin flame born, but doubt pushes you to cross check, to ask, am I projecting, or is this the soul truth? That keeps you clear and prevents self deception. You see. So I had a client, was convinced that she had met her divine masculine, and doubt came in hard, and instead of resisting, she explored it. And it turned out he was a karmic catalyst. And then the real twin flame appeared later. So her doubt saved her from attaching to the wrong dynamic. And then I had another client, you know. From day one, she doubted that person was her twin flame. And then after that, she started to push the ego away, and she started to really, really look within and realize that doubt was a kind of protection from her falling too hard. And then she realized, hey, this person feels like home. So the doubt caused discernment, and that person turned out to be her divine masculine. And then in some cases, like I just described, the awakening cycle, I had clients who'd come in, they would recognize that person as their divine masculine, things are going good, and then suddenly it goes haywire, and then they come to me and they're like, is this person my DM, even though they know? And then guess what, they are. And doubt was such a crucial point. So doubt can work in so many ways. It can push you to be discerning of your relationship. It can push you to also get rid of other kind of connections that may look like a twin flame but not, and clearing the path for your real twin flame, your divine masculine, to come in. So that's why doubt pushes us to cross check, to ask, again and again, if you're projecting, or if this is the soul truth. And it really keeps one clear and from self deception. So that's why, doubt can save you from the wrong dynamic. Doubt can also help you to recognize you are in the right dynamic, and doubt can also help you to remember, because you're going to explore further. You're going to go to the point of split and figure out, hey, is this person really my divine masculine? You're going to go right straight to God and ask God, hey, is this person my divine masculine? And will realize your whole life, everything pointed you to the moment. So doubt in itself is amazing, right? So that's why working with doubt, how do you actually work with it? Welcome it, see it as information, not failure. Observe the trigger. Is it shadow? Is it timing or protection? Use it as a grounding mechanism. Return to your mission. Let it refine your truth. If your soul recognition survives the doubt, it is real. So, twin flame doubt is real because it's needed. It grounds you, it protects you, and strengthens you. It's not here to kill your connection. It's here to make sure you can hold it in a balanced, sovereign way where timing is right. So, has doubt ever been a blessing in disguise for you? Let me know in the comments. It might exactly be this might exactly be what you need to hear today as a divine feminine, who's listening to this. And of course, guys, doubt is so real, but doubt is what anchors you to the next stage of your connection. So with that, I really hope you have enjoyed this discourse. And if you guys want to work one-on-one with me, you can book the one-on-one session via my website, and I'll try to give you an appointment within 24 to 48 hours. I'll try to slot you in. And also, all of my sessions are done one-on-one, live via Zoom. So you can ask me all the questions you need. All right, then. See you all again with another video. Remember, doubt actually serves such a higher purpose. Like, really, everything is important in the journey, from recognition to certainty to over attachment to doubt, detachment, and clarity. It is. So this is part of the monadic twin flame awakening cycle, in a way. All right, then. Again, every one of our journeys are very unique. So please, guys, don't ever compare. Our journey is so beautiful. Our journey is so unique. So blessings to you all, always. All right. And if you guys are interested in looking at some of the healings, do check out my website. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.